Hey loves, welcome back to another video. So today's video is another makeup video, which is a great thing, and it is on the DIOR Backstage foundation. I know this came out a few months ago, but I wanted at the time to do it justice and review it, but I just was like, in my mind frame was somewhere else, and I just was really busy with life, so I wasn't able to. And now that I'm on this whole like the skin is the in thing right now trajectory, I wanted to really make sure I focused on a lot of foundation and concealers and just become like the encyclopedia for you guys of all that. Anyways, so let's get right into this review. First thing we're going to start off is with the application process. So the first step that I'm going to do is the application process. So this is the box that it comes in. Oh, that's very bright. Anyways, it just comes in a regular box, and it's actually very clean, sleek. I want to say futuristic bottle, but it's not really futuristic, but it just looks nice. So it is a squeeze bottle. I don't know if I'm a fan of that, but it is what it is. Anyways, I'm just squeezing a little bit. I don't know how much I actually do need for this video. And we're going to go ahead with my flat Sephora brush and just begin to apply this. Now this is a first impression in terms of all over my face, and ooh, has a perfume smell to it. I like it. I don't know if that's good for your skin, but it smells good. Anyway, I did try it on in the store, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit, but this was like the best color match, and I have to say I'm loving this. It looks pretty identical. So this is, I wouldn't say half my face. So far this is my face done on this side, and then a little of my forehead. So this is the done side, this is nothing. And I think I'm liking it. It matches really well, and working in with my lighter areas and darker areas, so I'm a fan. So far so good. Okay, so this is what it looks like with the application process. It is extremely seamless. I actually, like, not gonna lie, I didn't check if it was like supposed to be matte or not, but it dries really nicely. There isn't a sheen to it. It's pretty like more of like a dry foundation, but definitely has moisture, and that's what I value about higher end foundations. They do have moisture in them, and I definitely can feel that on my face without necessarily seeing it on my face. So I don't look like I'm oily, but I definitely feel like it is really soft on my face. The coverage I want to say is like medium. I would say it's like a medium, yeah, definitely medium coverage, because I can definitely work some areas with concealer. So the one thing that I wanted to mention about the application process that I wasn't able to mention in the last little segment was that applying it with makeup, it dries very quickly, very similar to the Makeup Forever, and it is a matte foundation, so it is a bit of more work trying to apply contouring and their concealer and making it work in your face. Whereas I like a matte that dries a little bit later, so I'm able to catch those moments. I might have waited a little too long in order to be able to do that, because I did go upstairs and like get my makeup and, you know, do that part separately, so that might have been a problem. But I will leave feedback on my blog whether or not that actually is a problem or not when I try this foundation again. So in regards to the price, it is $40 USD for this foundation, which I feel like is kind of expected when you're buying a higher end foundation. So like a Dior or like a Giorgio Armani, actually, which is more, I think it's like 50 or whatever. So given that it is like a designer foundation or designer makeup, it is a little bit of a higher price point. I feel like for 40 bucks, am I getting my money's worth? Yeah. I definitely had the sense of a higher end foundation. It smelled so good applying it, which I really liked. And they did consider the quality in terms of it is very, I want to say moisturizing, but that might not be the appropriate word. It isn't drying. It's not sucking out the like everything from my face. I don't feel like it's like, oh my god, I have matte makeup on my face, which is really, really nice. It just dries really quickly is one thing I will mention. So the size is the standard size across the board for most foundations, which is really good. What I will mention in size from now on and more often is does it go a long way. I did have to put like 2 drops. This is my first drop foundation, so I don't know what's a typical amount of foundation to put on when you're dropping it on your hand in order to place it on your face. You do apply a few more drops. I don't know if that's like a normal thing or not, but like whatever. It's not bad at all. You're not using too much product is one thing that I did notice. So this isn't available that much in the Sephora's here in Canada. I did have to go to one closer to the city in order to be able to find it, as opposed to the Sephora, my local Sephora. They just don't carry the whole DIOR line. It's not a small Sephora, like I've seen small Sephoras, but this one is like a medium size one, I guess you could say. I had to go to a larger one, and it is available online. And getting it is available online though if you do want to purchase it. The last thing that I want to mention, which is the most crucial part of this video, is the color. So the main thing that I wanted to mention was I was pleasantly surprised with the color range from DIOR for this foundation drop. I think they did a fantastic job. In regards to my color, I did have to put in work and sit and kind of decide between 2 or 3 different shades whether or not it kind of works for me. And I don't know if it's just me, but who finds the Sephora mirrors a little bit daunting? I was just there like, I can't see, and they have so many lights, and I'm like, I don't understand why I can't tell. So I don't know if that's like a good or a bad thing, but it was really good, I guess, for the foundation, because I actually had to sit and like really be like, how about this undertone? How about that undertone? And I love when that happens with brands, because it means they're really taking into consideration your shade more often. I feel like my face transitions very well with my neck and other areas of my body, which is also a huge plus. However, this is a really, really good foundation, and I loved it for that. I always forget to mention this in my videos. It's horrible, but the color that I ended up going with was 7.5 warm. I actually tried neutral first, and I thought I'd be neutral because more of my foundations that work for my face are more neutral, but warm works really, really, really well. One other thing that I will mention about the color that I forgot to also mention is that I did a few swatches in stores, and what I loved the most was how, like I said, I was like so confused about what shades I would do. So the shades that I felt like were closest to, if you were around my skin tone, were the 5 below. So there were 7, 7.5 warm deep, 7.5 neutral deep, 8 neutral, and 9 neutral. And those were the last darkest 5 shades. So I just showed you guys like a swatch of just what it looks like before you kind of rub it in, and then a little swatch of like what it looks like if it were kind of closely would be on your face. And I think they did a fabulous job. Fantastic. I will say overall, I do like this foundation. I was a huge fan of the application process until I put on my other things like my contour, my highlight, and I just feel like if it wasn't for that, this would have been a 5 out of freaking 5, especially for a big brand, especially for a high-end brand, because for the longest time, you guys know, they did not cater to all skin tones, and I was just so happy with how that looked. But generally speaking, would I purchase it again? Probably not. I have like better, more favorite matte foundations, but this one is a really good one, generally speaking. If you have like, your skin type prefers more matte foundations and a true matte, this is the product for you. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for my next video. I believe it may or may not be a concealer review and first impression, but nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment below, and you guys will definitely get the most insightful and informative makeup videos that you will find online. We're bringing everything, we're bringing the makeup community, the beauty community back to being about makeup. It is pretty exciting. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos, and I'll check you guys next time. Bye, love.